This week, we talk about some Supergirl reshoots that might involve the Man of Steel. We talk about getting excited for spooky season and that really creepy premiere of the It prequel series, Welcome to Derry. We talk about all kinds of new shows and revivals coming really soon, and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger!
That's the emergency alert.
This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
I'm Taylor Oxner.
And this week we're back to talk about all the fun things happening out there in the pop culture universe. This week I know we're getting ready for spooky season. By the time you guys are listening to this, it'll be Halloween, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun things in store. But before we jump into all the news and the fun stuff, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about this week, man?
This week, I've been reading Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men.
Okay.
I started reading it. I've had the issues. It's like sitting around, and I don't know why I decided to pick it up. I was also like finishing up The Last Ronin. Did you ever read that?
I read the first volume of it. I know they've came out with more and more, but I've only read the first volume of it.
Okay, so like what are the first 4 issues? Is that the first volume?
Probably. It's, you learn all the stuff about which turtle he is. He lost his brothers, all that stuff. I've only read like the first story arc or whatever volume 1 is.
Yeah, so I read that.
Nice.
But that was really good. I wasn't expecting it to be Michelangelo. Somebody kind of ruined it for me, but
Yeah.
it was good. It was like a turtle book, and I like read it, and it felt like a turtle book, but also it felt a lot more
Mature.
yeah, mature is a good word for it.
I am excited that they're still in talks of making a live-action movie of that and bringing back the lady that played the original April from the 90s. Live-action is supposedly going to play April in this new Ronin live-action. I think that's super cool if that turns out to be true.
That is cool if it turns out to be true.
Well, cool. Let's see. For me, it's a weird season where a lot of shows that I watch either just wrapped up or hasn't started yet for the year. So there's not a whole lot to really watch right now. And after, the finale of Gen V and all that, there was nothing now. So I just started going through a list of shows I kind of was a little interested in and finally bit the bullet and jumped into the show The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Have you seen any of that on Netflix?
No.
So it's
I'm not on that part of Netflix, apparently.
It's I think of the same people that did Riverdale on CW, and Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, is a Riverdale Archie Comics character from back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, this show, imagine a very rated R version with lots of spooky dark magic, and it's on Netflix. And they mention Riverdale a time or two in this series, but it's not exactly connected or anything to that CW show. But
All right.
anyway, each season's about 8 to 10 episodes, and over the past week, my wife and I have watched season 1, and it's pretty good. I find myself happy that there's not other shows right now because I can just keep watching the next one of those.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it just felt right for the spooky season, and again, it's pretty dark and it's definitely not, the Melissa Joan Hart Sabrina the Teenage Witch. But yeah, it's really good. It's lots of mysterious stuff happening, lots of magic, and the season 1 finale ends kind of dark. So if anyone out there listening is looking for something good that you haven't seen yet for spooky season, I would definitely recommend The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix.
Also on Netflix, I watched a documentary with Lauren, that Perfect Neighbor.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard a lot of people talking about this.
Yeah, it's either going to make you stand up and start yelling at your TV or cry, one of the two.
Yeah, that's a really good description based on what I've heard.
But if you're into like true crime, and it does have a ending. It's not the happiest of endings, but it's not the worst of endings either.
Okay.
So there's actually an ending to it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, a lot of those things don't really end.
Yep. It's like, hopefully someday justice is served. But this one sounds like it is, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's talk about some news. Starting with Marvel. There's not a ton with Marvel this week, surprisingly. For people who want to watch Fantastic Four First Steps, it's going to come out on Disney Plus November 5th. So if you haven't had a chance to see that yet, been waiting for streaming, we're almost there.
Right on.
Also, for fans of the Marvel animation series, Marvel Zombies, there hasn't really been a lot of talks about season 2 or not, or if it's going to be a one and done, but they just announced this week there will be a season 2. So that's going to come sometime next year.
Woo, that's exciting.
Yeah. Another series people have been talking about and wondering about is Hawkeye. Is it going to have a season 2 or not? And Jeremy Renner was just in an interview and he said that yes, season 2 is back in the works. So I wonder if they kind of paused a whole bunch of stuff to figure out how they're going to end things with, Doomsday and Secret Wars. And now that they've kind of got that going, they know how they're going to end some of this other stuff or continue it or whatever. But he made it sound like season 2 is raring to go. So that's good.
It'd be cool if it intertwined with Daredevil, Born Again.
Oh, exactly. I would love a lot of those powerless street level dudes to come together. I shouldn't say powerless because you got Spider-Man, you got Matt Murdock's not powerless, but street level, that's what I should have went with. It would be super cool to see all those street level guys come together.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the ones that are like have weapons like Hawkeye does.
Yep. Oh, it's funny that last week we were talking about how we really wish Marvel would make a solo Hulk movie. Well, Mark Ruffalo was just in an interview this past week, and he said that Marvel Studios is finally in talks to make a new solo Hulk movie. So this was
Yeah,
straight out of Mark Ruffalo's mouth, so that's pretty cool.
that's exciting.
We got to talk about all the things we want to manifest and just start putting them out there. Well, let's see. Over with DC, we know that the Supergirl movie is coming soon, and it sounds like they've been doing a little bit of reshoots. And right now, over with Warner Brothers Studios, where people can do tours and stuff, there's a big display from the recent Superman movie. But the big case that had the Superman suit in it on display, right now the suit's gone, and there's a sign attached to the case that says currently being used for production. So right now, all the speculation is saying that these Supergirl reshoots have to do with adding a little bit more Superman into that movie.
Huh. Do you know that there's like a huge contingent of DC fans that wish that Supergirl never came back after a Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Oh, that's crazy. I know that story arc with her is one of the weirdest ones.
Yeah.
That's around the time where Supergirl wasn't exactly Kara Zor-El from Krypton. She was this matrix being that Lex Luthor kind of manipulated into being Supergirl. Does that sound familiar to you?
I thought that was after that.
Maybe it is after that, and I'm mixing up my time frames. I'm not saying I hated that storyline, but I always thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah, because isn't it? That's after, because it's Doomsday. Punches her so hard that she becomes the weird purple goo.
Maybe. I need to go back and read that. All that Doomsday stuff was so good to me. The return part, a year later after Superman being dead. I've probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but my favorite of all time piece of DC Comics writing comes from those final pages of The Return of Superman, where, we've had the Eradicator and Superboy and Cyborg Superman and Steel taking care of things, but Mongol has come to Earth and he makes this announcement that I'm going to take over your planet, starting with Metropolis. And the whole issue, behind the scenes, you see this dark, mysterious figure. It's just a shadow, a silhouette, walking underwater, walking through, behind the scenes. And finally, when Mongol makes that announcement, I'm going to take over the planet, starting with Metropolis, and you turn the page, and it's a full page spread. You got to turn the book sideways, and it's Superman standing there in the all black suit with the long beard and the long hair, and he says, "Over my dead body." I'm like, oh, this is the best piece of writing I've ever seen. He's been dead for a year. Do you get it? Do you guys get it? But
That's
yeah,
like that secret, and is it the Secret Invasion where Nick Fury looks at the scroll overlord and goes, "Yeah, well, my God has a hammer," and
right.
then Thor comes behind him and hits him like really hard. It's like one of like the more like aggressive Nick Fury lines.
That's awesome. Well, let's see. Have you caught up with Peacemaker yet?
No.
Okay, so the Peacemaker finale, we learned that whole thing about the prison dimension that the Argus people are putting together, whatever. And despite James Gunn saying just because they called that area Salvation does not necessarily mean they're going to mimic the comic book story arc called Salvation Run. Having said that, DC Studios just registered a trademark for a movie title called Salvation Run. So again, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to copy the storyline because that's what James Gunn said. They're not going to. But they're about to name some kind of a film Salvation Run. So I just find that kind of interesting.
Huh.
The Lanterns series has officially wrapped filming. It's going to be 8 episodes long, and it's going to be here very early 2026. They haven't put a date yet, but I am just so excited to see this show. I really like Kyle Chandler, and I'm excited to see Jon Stewart as well. And
Yeah, I just want to see a Lantern show with Hal Jordan that's not like animated.
yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see Guy Gardner interact with the rest of them too.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. We know that earlier this year, the Penguin series wrapped up. Well, Colin Farrell was just in an interview, and people were asking him questions about Batman Part 2 when that finally comes. And he said he's read the script. It's beautiful. It made him cry. And it's going to pick up only just a few weeks after the Penguin series ends to give people a timeline of where that's going to show. That's where that's going to be.
Okay.
And then, speaking of Matt Reeves and all of his Batman stuff, there was going to be an Arkham Asylum series in that same universe, but James Gunn just kind of announced that that series is no longer happening. So, we're still getting a few more things in that universe, just not that series.
He probably has Arkham planned.
Oh,
He
probably.
doesn't want him to be all mixed up.
Oh, yeah. No double dipping. The final thing with DC is another part of this interview James Gunn was in. People were asking him about who's going to be the big bad, think Thanos or whatever. That's not what they said, but who's going to be like their Thanos? And he said, I'm not going to say much. And they asked him, is it going to be Darkseid? And he said, it's actually not going to be Darkseid. So who knows who their ultimate big bad's going to be, but if they just keep it up, man, these series and movies so far have been awesome, and I can't wait to see what they do next.
Trying to think not Dark Side. So who do you have money on?
I really don't know. It's got me wondering, how Superman centric is his universe going to be? Could it be Brainiac or something like that? But then again, Brainiac just, leads me just to Superman. I don't know. Maybe Mongol, like I mentioned earlier from that one storyline.
Yeah, Mongol's not the worst pick. Not the worst pick at all. It could be what's the caterpillar's name? Mr.
Oh,
Mind?
Mr. Mind. Oh, that'd be crazy.
I could see that. That's very James Gunn.
Yeah, that is pretty obscure.
I wouldn't use Black Adam again for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe Vandal Savage.
Oh, yeah, Vandal Savage could be good.
Yeah,
But
I mean, Vandal Savage is a Justice League villain. Makes sense. Been around forever.
oh, yeah, and they could do all kinds of movies that transcend time periods if they used him too.
Yeah.
I could see that. That could work.
I could also see him just doing something totally crazy off the wall.
Yep, something we don't expect.
Just anti-monitor right
Oh.
off the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be just absolutely balls to the walls, but
Yep.
I don't think after this Doomsday, Infinity, and all this stuff, I don't think he's going to want to do a Crisis thing. But who
Yeah.
knows?
Well, over with Star Wars, there's not a ton of news, but it sounds like this Rey-centered movie that we were about to get, it's not canceled or anything like that, but they're putting it on hold, and it sounds like a Lando-centric project is coming more to the forefront. So that'd be kind of cool to see Donald Glover play that role again, or whatever plans they have for it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like him.
Well, elsewhere out there in the pop culture universe, this past week we had the Gen V Season 2 finale, and man, it was crazy. Long story short, this Godolkin guy came back, and they had to kind of end him. And at the end of the episode, a whole bunch of Starlighters is what they call themselves, the Resistance. There was a bunch of people from the main The Boys series shows up and recruits the college students to come, be a part of the Resistance. And then we're about to get the final season of The Boys, so we're probably going to see a bunch of those young people in this next season, the final season.
Yeah.
And pretty much season 2 is building up this character that probably could go toe to toe with Homelander. So I'm just excited to see what the heck they do to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Last weekend, the new It prequel called Welcome to Derry had its pilot episode. We watched it, and holy friggin' crap, it is scary.
Oh, yeah.
Scary movies and stuff like that don't really scare me, but I use my wife as a metric, and she was pretty scared. So yeah, if you want some spookiness, like we all know how this movie ends, but this is sort of a prequel to the movies we love, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty creepy. Definitely watch it if you're into spooky stuff.
Speaking of creepy, have you guys watched any other, spooky movies this season?
Just some of the traditional stuff that my kids could also watch. We watched the Hocus Pocus movies, and we watched Nightmare Before Christmas, which is kind of Halloween and Christmas, I guess. That's really about it this season. I need to get on it. I only got a few days left.
We rewatched the first Saw movie last night.
Oh, okay.
Man, do you remember how that ends? And then you're just like, oh my god, he was in the room the whole time.
Yes, I do remember that. And I remember the first time I watched it thinking, what the heck?
Oh, I was like, that movie holds up actually pretty well. I was like, man, it still kind of got me. I was like, oh yeah,
Forgot about that.
yeah.
It's funny, I actually want to rewatch that whole franchise. I don't think I've ever seen past the third one.
Oh, it's like it gets to a point when it gets like every other one is okay.
Okay.
It'll be like, oh, it's good, and then the next one will be like, oh, that was not that great, and then the one afterwards will be like, oh, that's a little bit better than that last one, and then it kind of does that to you.
Yep. I also want to go back and watch the whole Scream franchise. That's another one. I don't think I've watched past the third one, and I think we're up to seven of them.
I've never watched past the second one, if I remember right.
I've just got a lot of friends and students that absolutely love that franchise, so I kind of
Yeah,
want to see it. Fallout Season 2 is going to premiere in just a handful of weeks here, December 17th, and it's going to be weekly with 8 episodes. So that's coming soon for fans of that show.
cool.
Doctor Who is officially no longer partnered with Disney Plus, but BBC has said, rest assured, we're moving forward. It's just going to be primarily BBC, no partner streaming services, which means it'll
Oh,
probably be a little bit harder to watch in the United States, but I'm sure they'll make a way for it to happen. And their next installment will be the 2026 Christmas special. So a little over a year away from some more of it, but I'm just happy that it's not canceled because I love Doctor Who.
yeah.
For fans of Only Murders in the Building, season 5 actually has its season finale tonight as of us recording, so I'm excited to go see it. But today they announced that it has officially been renewed for season 6, and this season is going to take place outside of the building, which I wonder what that's going to look like. And it's going to be filmed and take place in London, so that's kind of interesting, and I'm excited to watch it tonight to see, do they allude to that at all?
Oh, is that the one with Steve Martin,
Yeah, Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena
Selena
Gomez.
Gomez?
That is so
Yeah,
good. It is so good.
I've never watched it. Lauren's seen it. She says it's pretty fun.
It's so funny.
I'll have to watch it at some point.
Yeah. Oh, for fans of the show Scrubs, the revival that's been kind of talked about a little bit is officially going to premiere on February 25th on ABC with the original cast. So that was one of my favorite shows in college, and I am so excited for that to come back.
Yeah, Scrubs is awesome as long as it's better than season 9.
Right.
Because that's the season that they did like the new college and everything.
Yep. Wouldn't it be funny if they
It
act like it
was.
didn't even happen?
I mean, it shouldn't have. Now, like the last time I watched it, we didn't watch that last season
Yep.
because like it basically has a series finale at the end of season 8.
Yep.
It's weird. Yeah,
It's kind of like when Saved by the Bell turned into Saved by the Bell, the new class.
yeah.
Well, let's see. We know this Masters of the Universe movie is coming soon, and Dolph Lundgren, who played He-Man way back in that early '90s, a live-action movie, he was just in an interview, and someone said, "Are you in this movie?" And he kind of played coy and was like, "Might be." Like I don't know. So there's like a whole lot of speculation that at some point he will show up as some role in this movie, and I think that'll be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
As we get past spooky season and we start to enter Thanksgiving and Christmas season, people are going to start watching their favorite holiday season movies. And this week, they just announced that there's going to be yet another new version of A Christmas Carol, and Johnny Depp will be playing Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, okay.
So we got that coming at some point. Ooh, have you ever been into the God of War games?
I played like the first one back in the
So,
day.
yeah, I don't know much about them. I've never played them. I know some of the characters and a little bit about their stories, but not much. But it sounds like there's going to be a new God of War series, like a TV series, and it sounds like Henry Cavill might be playing Kratos.
Oh,
So that's kind of cool.
that is cool.
Oh, going back to spooky season a little bit, I read some stuff and it was with the actor Robert Englund, who everyone might know is the actor that played the original Freddy Krueger. And a whole bunch of stuff came up about carrying on the franchise and all this and all that. And long story short, there's kind of some rumors floating around that the franchise might continue soon with Jim Carrey playing Freddy Krueger.
What?
Yeah. I can totally see him doing a good job at that role.
Yeah, for sure. That would be crazy.
That would be so crazy. Oh, I also read this week that there's a TVMA, so very mature rated, animated Transformers series coming from Robert Kirkman. So we might get to see some very violent rated R, rated MA Transformer stuff. And I wonder what the heck they're going to do with that.
How do you make it rated MA if it's just like oil and parts and stuff?
I read a little bit more. It's going to take place on their home original planet, not so much on Earth. So maybe it's going to be war. I don't like, who knows what it could be, but yeah, lots of
I
violence and stuff like that is probably what's going to make it MA. Maybe it'll have cussing, who knows.
I just can't. Yeah, I don't know. That just seems kind of funny to me.
The final thing I have on this list here, did you ever play the Crash Bandicoot game?
Yeah.
That's a pretty fun game. Well, there is an animated Netflix series about Crash Bandicoot coming, and that game was always fun, so I'll bet that's something my kids will want to watch, and hopefully they've made it where grown-ups won't hate it.
It's like the original Temple Run.
But yeah, pretty much. I know some of the future games, they made it a little more open world and a little more, jump on the bad guys type game, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, before we wrap things up, did you happen to have any video game or wrestling news this week?
Yeah, I got one little thing.
So what's up?
So Saturday night is Saturday night's main event. It's when SNL doesn't do their thing, and so WWE takes over that slot.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to be Jey Uso versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship belt. So it's a pretty big deal. If you want to get into it, it's kind of a good jumping on point.
All right.
And that'll be on Peacock or whatever channel you have that on.
Yeah. Well, hey, that is all the news for this week. I hope you guys find something fun to watch or read or play. And I'm sure you're all gonna try to go have some fun with Halloween. Be safe out there. But hey, as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week, guys. Same Taylor time, same Taylor channel.
Bye.
Bye.